Well, good afternoon. My name is Andy Bound, and I'm the Executive Director of the Grand Rapids Community College Foundation, and we are thrilled to have you here with us this afternoon. We're here to celebrate the expansion of the Diversity Learning Center. And again, it's fitting that we come together as a community. Each one of us brings a different set of experiences, different cultural backgrounds, yet each one of us comes with one purpose. And that today is to celebrate our expanded Diversity Learning Center. I would like to introduce our president, Dr. Juan Oliveras. It's under Dr. Oliveras' leadership that we've witnessed an undying, ongoing passion and dedication to doing things right. The expansion of the Diversity Learning Center is one more example. Juan?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here on this great occasion, on this sunny, wonderful winter day. It's good to have you here, and I know that Bob and Aleicia are very appreciative of your presence. I would like to acknowledge two very important boards that serve this college. I would like to start with our Board of Trustees, who are elected officials by the community to govern this college. I would like to start with our chairperson, Mr. Gary Schenk, Chairwoman Ellen James, please stand, Treasurer Margot Anderson, Trustee Terry Hanlon, Trustee Jan Magini, and Trustee Rick Verberg. Give them a hand. Your community college trustees are very dedicated and committed to diversity, and they have 7 what they call ends that they measure me by, and diversity is one of them. They also keep track of what the college is doing by measuring those things under diversity. I would like to introduce at this time the Board of Directors of the College Foundation, and please stand when I call your name. Vice President Jim LaFleur, Treasurer Barb Demore, Secretary Glenn Borey, Assistant Treasurer Bob Partridge, Margot Anderson, Dave Custer, Michael Dupre, Bev Drake, Jan Magini, Karsten Schaff, and Andy Bound. Give them a hand. Well, today is another milestone in the Woodrick's ongoing journey to making our community a place of inclusion and comfort. And thanks to Bob and Aleicia, today marks another milestone for GRCC in its efforts at expanding its work around diversity. It's been well over a decade now that Bob and Aleicia have provided a strong beacon for so many of us. But only helping us see the value of diversity isn't enough. They have been helping us establish the means to change. Whether it be on the issue of racism or gender equity, Bob and Aleicia have been champions in this community. Bob, Aleicia, and the entire Woodrick family were among the first in this town to walk the talk by providing diversity training to the thousands of D&W employees, and they put their promises into practice by revising their hiring practices and company policies. Today, the Woodricks renew their commitment to helping us break barriers and build on the benefits of diversity by race, ethnicity, and gender, person by person. They have asked that we expand our services of our Diversity Learning Center, and they have given us the means in order to do that. They have asked that we take learning opportunities to our students, our staff, and the broader community. With our college-wide commitment and student success and the mission of Grand Rapids Community College, this is certainly very natural for us. Bob and Aleicia, we are grateful that you have placed your confidence in us here at GRCC to do this very important work. Your gift and personal commitment will allow us to make more impact in this community. We commit to leverage your resources with ours and with others in the community, like the Chamber of Commerce, Aquinas College, and Grace, and many others, to achieve this impact in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, today we salute the Woodricks for their generous gift and the wonderful opportunity it presents to our community through GRCC. But the most important thing is that we not just celebrate today, but that we honor the Woodricks every day in everything that we do through our actions of inclusion, embracing our differences, and valuing each other. Thank you, Bob and Aleicia. And now it is my pleasure to introduce someone who serves both roles, Margot Anderson, both GRCC trustee and on the GRCC Foundation board. Margot.
Caught me off guard. Good afternoon. In my joint role as a college trustee and a foundation board member, I often get to see firsthand the commitment of Grand Rapids Community College has toward diversity and inclusion. I am proud, as I know the members of the Grand Rapids Community College board are, to have diversity as one of our 7 strategic priorities. Think of these priorities as the I-beams of the college's mission. The actual language says that this college will continue to be a force for the advancement of understanding of diversity. And today, we take another giant step forward. In both my professional life and my personal life, I have seen people like us working together, treating others with respect, allowing people to feel valued. Because it is valuable to have differing viewpoints and ideas when we form our opinions and we make decisions. Certainly, I have also seen evidence of racism and still do. This next video will help us to see where and how far we have traveled the last few years. Let's look at where we have been and where we are going.
Grand Rapids Community College's Diversity Learning Center is our commitment to integrating an appreciation and respect for the differences that make our campus and the world beyond a wonderful place to work and live. Embracing our identity as the community's college, we strive to represent every aspect of the region we serve. And so when we speak of diversity, we speak from the heart. We speak based on a history of a strong, formal commitment to this institutional value. Initially, as part of this commitment, a number of speakers had been invited to share different points of view with students on campus.
Well, back in the late 80s, I think President Calkins recognized that the college was changing. We began to talk about trying to formalize some of the lectures. And rather than just having a lecture here and there, to put a series of speakers together. And that way we could encompass the diversity that was on our campus and the diversity that we saw was emerging.
And so the Diversity Lecture Series was born, broadening the reach of guest speakers from our students to the community.
After the first year of the diversity team, we decided to have something called a diversity conference, which would be a celebration of unity through differences. And that conference enabled us to bring students from throughout Kent County. And the beautiful thing about the first year is that Bob Woodrick, he was our first speaker, and he gave us a boost.
Racism, as we have known it in the past and as it exists today, is illogical, irrational, and totally indefensible.
The experiences that the diversity conferences and lecture series provide resonate long after someone participates. If you take a look at the long list of speakers, you'll see a true spectrum of points of view. And when you expose others to different points of view, you sow the seeds of change.
Globalization is the world side of the same coin that is diversity within the United States.
But you got to know who you are, where you come from, and then you can shake it off and rise to the next level.
All the junk forensic science and fraud and a lot of the police misconduct, all these things could be uncovered with a vigorous defense.
I mean, you talk about diversity, the greatest thing you're going to learn about other people is that we're all as messy and fragile and finite as everybody else.
I happen to be gay. This isn't my lifestyle. This is not the choice that I made with my life. This is who I am.
When he said to the audience, he says, given the situation and stereotypes of gays, why would anyone choose to have people pick on them? Why would I want that for myself?
Why would I choose? Why would I ever choose to be hated?
It really helped me grow in an area that I thought that there was no room for growth. Being a coach myself, I wanted my athletes to sort of get a taste of something that maybe was outside of what they would normally be privy to or want to attend an event. I think that the players that attended it, I think that they have grown as well. And I wish I could have taken more people with me to actually hear Dave Palone's story.
The Diversity Lecture Series and Conference have helped bring the world to Grand Rapids. But we didn't stop there. We began addressing other issues, including the violence that women experience. The Mentors in Violence Prevention, or MVP program, is a leadership training that empowers bystanders, both male and female, to intervene and prevent violence against women.
I felt like the MVP program was very worth my time because not only did it give me a chance to connect and communicate with faculty and other students around the college, but it also gave me good information on how to see signs of violence, how to prevent violence, how to talk to other people who might be in violent situations. It's not just physical violence that you have to be aware of. You have to be aware of emotional abuse and verbal abuse. And at times, maybe I was under those kinds of situations and I didn't even know it.
GRCC also designed Safe Zone training, which increases awareness of how our own behaviors make others feel excluded and even unsafe.
I think I learned that I was naive. I was naive in my understanding of the real world. I felt that I was treating others respectfully and with dignity, but I didn't realize that everybody was not doing that equally. It really gave me a gut check on how others should be treated.
We believe that how safe we feel affects how well we learn. By training staff to recognize the importance of safe and inclusive learning environments, we create a culture that values it across the college. GRCC also honors women annually at our Salute to Women event. We are also leaders in the major community events that celebrate diversity, including the Martin Luther King celebration, the Giants Banquet, the Latino Youth Conference, and the Cesar Chavez Memorial Celebration. Each of these events have grown in size and impact every year, allowing thousands of local citizens to both learn and feel connected. But perhaps the best illustration of our commitment to diversity is how we have incorporated it into the everyday learning on campus. As a general learner outcome, diversity is a fundamental competence expected of all GRCC graduates. Grand Rapids Community College now welcomes the wonderful opportunities to combine our capabilities with the Institute for Healing Racism and other community efforts supported by the Woodrick family. These efforts have had a profound impact on the educators and business people who have participated in them.
I had the opportunity to serve on the Woodrick Institute Board of Directors for several years and saw firsthand the impact that the institutes were having on professionals across our county. It gave our faculty and staff the opportunity to increase their understanding, and they were able then to come back, I believe, to their classrooms and serve all students much more fully because of their increased understanding.
By the end of the 2 days, you really felt as though you had experienced a piece of the racism that has been present in this country for, as long as we've been in existence. And also gave you a better understanding of where each of us as individuals have to go once you've been through the Institute.
Working for Trimquest, they've sent me to the Institute for Healing Racism, and that kind of opened my eyes. I've always been born or raised to treat others as you would want to be treated, and now it's the next level, realizing that there's differences with people, and learning to appreciate those differences.
From our perspective, there are certainly clients who now say to us, tell us about your diversity efforts, and if you don't have any, they will go to law firms who do. And certainly as the demographics of the country changes, it's the community, it's the right thing to do as a corporate member of the community.
Considering that the Woodrick family was involved with GRCC's earliest diversity efforts, it's appropriate that today we get to look forward to a strong collaboration. Together, we will more effectively impact the social and racial health of our greater community.
Aleicia and I first want to thank President Juan Alvarez, trustees of Grand Rapids Community College, and all those involved with the Diversity Learning Center for allowing us to become affiliated with this outstanding and much-needed program. And we would like to thank each one of you for your presence here today. GRCC has always been dedicated to helping students be everything they're capable of becoming. And learning to appreciate and understand the role that diversity plays in that process cannot be underestimated. As many of you know, I personally have been involved in initiatives and programs that have challenged the hearts and minds of individuals in our community about the disease of racism. And I know the center will continue that challenge, and they are doing that with their lecture series, the youth conferences, the integration of cultural concerns into the curriculum. And they will be offering what I consider a very, very important program, and that is the Institute for the Healing of Racism. And that program has proven to be highly successful in helping individuals come to terms with this issue of racism. The passage of Proposal 2 speaks to the continuing need for education around questions of equality and social justice. The evidence of racism, of intolerance, of social injustice is visible to each and every one of us every day. I think of a statement made by Roger Baldwin of the ACLU. He said, "The struggle for civil liberties is never won. It's a struggle that's day by day, every day, and it begins every morning." It's an honor for Aleicia and I to be able to support GRCC and build upon the Diversity Learning Center decade of success. The future of our community depends upon us getting it right. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has." So once again, we thank each and every one of you for being with us this day. And again, thank you to Grand Rapids Community College for the privilege of being a part of this noble endeavor. Thank you. And now Aleicia has a few thoughts to share with you.
Yes, I do. Oopsie. Well, I also would like to thank you, Juan, and all the members of the board and trustees, and of course all of you who have joined us on this beautiful winter's day. And as I said earlier, it took a lot for me to say that because I was in Florida 5 days ago. But I'm glad to be here today. Having attended Grand Rapids JC a number of years ago, I'm not telling how many, or as my grandchildren might say in the old days, I have always held a special place in my heart for community college, and to think that I am again able to be a part of this fine institution truly pleases me. My passion and interest has always been to promote the well-being of women and girls so that they may be safe and become self-sufficient. But the facts remain that more than 75% of our poor are women and children. More than 40% of women in the workplace today earn wages at or below poverty level. Too many women still earn 76 cents for every dollar their male counterpart makes. And in Michigan, tied only with Alabama, women only earn 66 cents for every dollar of their male counterpart. But I guess the thing that upsets me the most is that domestic violence is the #1 health risk for women. Here, last year, 2005, in Michigan, there were over 70,000 domestic violence offenses. It's shameful. And as the grandmother of 3 granddaughters, it concerns me that these figures haven't changed or improved in the last 8 to 10 years. Now, these are facts we cannot, must not, and we women will not ignore. And until women are not disproportionately affected by violence, poverty, and discrimination, they deserve and need resources and programs to improve their quality of life. It is my hope that the Diversity Learning Center and Chris will meet these needs. So, let us get on with the challenge ahead and let the doors of the Woodrick Diversity Learning Center swing open and give women an equal playing field so that they are able to lead rewarding and productive lives. Thank you. And I hope all you young ladies in the back there, students here that I see standing, I hope you'll listen and carry that banner for us. At this time, it's my privilege to introduce Shireen. Where is she? Oh, there you are. Who is a dual if you can believe it or not, a dual enrolled student at both Grand Rapids Community College and Ferris State University. Shireen will be graduating from Ferris State on December 16th with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and will be continuing on to law school. She is currently the vice president of the Grand Rapids CC Campus Activities Board and past vice president and current member of the Black Student Union. Shireen, and we talked at lunch, is most proud she has a 3-year-old daughter. Oh, that was a real bad flow. And she's quite a young lady, as I came to know her at lunchtime. Shireen?
Greetings. I'd like to begin by thanking Chris Arnold, Kathleen Owens, and of course Dave Selman for giving me the opportunity to share with you all my experiences with the Diversity Learning Center and how it's impacted me as both a student as well as a student leader. As a student, I've benefited immensely from the Diversity lecture series presented here on campus. And the most influential and memorable one for me was Barry Scheck, the creator of the Innocence Project, located in New York City, my home state. The Innocence Project is designed to assist in the exoneration of wrongfully convicted inmates through DNA evidence. And as a criminal justice major and future law student, I believe this was a significant and very valuable experience for me. Another important contribution to my experience here is having the opportunity to assist in the Martin Luther King program. As a minority student, I really appreciate the role GRCC has taken to honor the legacy of Dr. King in promoting diversity throughout the entire city, not just here on campus, by bringing children of all ages and grade levels and involving them in such a wonderful celebration. With diversity being a priority on this campus, I'm very thankful to the Diversity Center for its continued efforts to ensure this. As a student leader, I'm encouraged by the continued success of the Giants Banquet for recognizing all those who have made significant strides and accomplishments. And this is very important to me because it's helped to encourage my organization, the Black Student Union, to do the same. Recognize the success of those who have made important contributions to students, their education, and overall success. Thanks to the Diversity Center, as well as the many other sponsors who've contributed to our success, our organization has had the opportunity to recently establish both a child care fund as well as a scholarship to assist students that are in need of financial assistance to enable them to come here to GRCC. My overall experience here at GRCC has been nothing less than remarkable. From the motivating and encouraging faculty, to the accommodating and so supportive staff, to Dean Hoxie, who pats me on the shoulder every now and then, the Board of Trustee members who are always so very interested in my progress, to my president, whose greetings are always so very enthused when passing me in the halls. I must also give recognition, of course, to my on-campus family, the Black Student Union, Campus Activity Board, as well as the Student Congress. Also Eric Mullen and the wonderful, wonderful staff in the Student Life Office. Thank you all for making my experience here an unforgettable one. It's important that I stress how critical the center's role is here on campus and how exciting it is that you're expanding to be able to give more to students. It's also imperative that I give acknowledgement to the people that make that possible. Not often do we find people in fortunate positions that give genuinely of themselves and their resources. This type of selfless and generous contribution in the name of diversity speaks volumes of the people whose priority is to keep others' interests and values at heart. And I think I speak on behalf of the students of GRCC when I say thank you to Bob and Aleicia Woodrick.
Shireen, thank you. And you are a fine representative of the wonderful students we have at Grand Rapids Community College. Thank you for sharing. As Bob and Aleicia have both said, this isn't just an effort of Bob and Aleicia, it's a family affair. And so we have been blessed to be able to work with their son-in-law during this past year, Mr. Jeff Gietzen. Jeff?
Thank you, Andy. My wife, George, and I would like to extend our thanks and appreciation also to the Grand Rapids Community College, Juan, to you, to the Board of Trustees, to the Board of Directors of the Foundation, for creating really a very significant opportunity for Bob and Aleicia and the extended Woodrick family. It is indeed a great honor. Bob and Aleicia have dedicated a great deal of time and effort and resources towards the betterment of our communities and specifically towards diversity and fairness. As you have heard today, the challenge around diversity and inclusion remains not only an important issue, but a critical issue on many different fronts, socially, economically, and education, to name but a few important ones. Bob and Alicia's lead gift is enough to expand the programming, but more support is needed. I am not here to ask you to give today, although if you felt compelled, we certainly could facilitate that, Andy. I am here to announce a challenge grant. A portion of Bob and Alicia's gift will be delivered as a challenge, and really more importantly as an opportunity for the many individuals, the many families and businesses in our communities to contribute to expanding the efforts and more importantly the results of the Woodrick Diversity Learning Center. Western Michigan community has already devoted a significant amount of time and talent and dollars to these efforts, and we know there are many who are committed to continuing these efforts, and we are blessed today and at the luncheon we had earlier with many of the change agents in Western Michigan. It is a very dynamic group. In the future, we will be certain to contact those of you who are hearing this message today and many others to ask that you consider joining Bob and Aleicia and the Woodrick family in creating an endowment to support the ongoing operations of the center. Thank you in advance for this consideration, and most importantly, thanks to all of you, individually and collectively, for the efforts to help make Western Michigan a better place to live. And at this point, I would like to introduce Chris Arnold. Chris?
Thank you, Jeff. Today marks an exciting day for the Diversity Learning Center, for all of us here today, and in particularly the staff of the center. The Diversity Learning Center has strengthened many alliances and community partnerships, and we are proud of the success of our variety of programs and our community outreach. We look forward to an expansion of our current diversity efforts to increase student programs, women's initiatives, youth development, and expanded diversity and social justice awareness. All of this work is enhanced by our ability to reach a greater audience. It's the hard work and dedication of the Diversity Learning Center staff that make GRCC's commitment to inclusion possible. Please join me in thanking and recognizing the Diversity Learning staff. Ms. Kathleen Owens. Kathleen, raise your hand. Jennifer Smith. Jennifer. Manura Manusi. Manura. And Ms. Colette Newell. Colette. And I'd also like to take a moment to recognize and thank our diversity team. Many of our diversity team members are here today for their dedication and commitment throughout the years. Thank you, diversity team. Raise your hand. And again, a personal thank you to Bob and Aleicia for your personal and public work for the social and racial health of this community is absolutely extraordinary. So thank you. And at this time, I would like to invite President Olivares forward to officially unveil the center.
That's why we're here, right? The entrance to the new Woodrick Diversity Learning Center is right over here. So I'm going to ask all of you, if you'd like to stand and walk around and come this way, we're going to unveil the entranceway right over here. Please join us. Okay, cameras all set? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored and privileged to unveil this great resource in our community and at GRCC, and it is a privilege with the name that is going on this institution, and it is the Bob and Aleicia Woodrick Diversity Learning Center.